Now we're going to talk about the different types of pages you can add inside of mLearning Studio. Before we do that, however, let's go ahead and take a look at the interface for mLearning Studio. Over here we have the Add a Page button and Add Topic button. If you click on Add a Topic, it adds a folder to the table of contents over on the left-hand side. Now, a folder, you can pretty much give whatever name you want. So let's go ahead and name this one Chapter 1. You can add multiple folders and even have topics within topics if you wanted to, or drag them out and so they're the same topic as the other topic, Chapter 1 here. So let's go ahead and name this one Chapter 2. Now you can delete pages or topics just by selecting the delete button over on the left-hand side. That will delete whatever's selected at the time. You can also add multiple pages or copy a current page that you may have selected as well. Let's go ahead and click on Add a Page, and now it will pull up with the New Page Category dialog. We can come in here and take a look at the different types of pages that we have, and again, keep in mind that we're building a Flash and mobile course, so all of the Flash compatible pages will show, as well as all the mobile compatible pages. If you just want to see what's actually compatible with mobile right now, you can click on the mobile compatible link over on the left hand side. Now every page that you add does have alternate mobile content, which we'll talk about later, but it doesn't matter if you're building a Flash and mobile course, and if you want to have a game for the Flash side, you can add some alternate mobile content for those taking the same course on a mobile device. For now, we're going to go ahead and just add a single text page, and then with that selected, I'm going to click on Add Selected Page. However, if you're in a different category other than mobile compatible, you'll know what's mobile compatible by this little corner orange icon here. Let's go back into mobile compatible, select the text page, and then select Add Selected Page. Now inside of mLearning Studio, the way that you build your pages is very easy. All you have to do is go through step by step and fill out the form. So let's go ahead and name this Page 1. There's help on the right hand side if needed, and all I have to do is select Next or Tab to go to the next step. Now we're going to go ahead and type in some text. Now, inside of the text field, you can do a couple of things. You can select a word or a phrase, come down and hyperlink it to something, or you can do spell check. You can also do undo, redo within your text field, and you can even select where it says override default formatting and select the font type, font size, and font color as well if you wanted to. And this will show up inside of the mobile project as well as the Flash side of the project. So there's no need to having to build it twice. It'll automatically show up for both of them. If I select Next Step, I now have a note text which will show up on the bottom. This is usually a call out that you want the learner to keep in mind as they go throughout the course, or anything specific about this page. Now in order for the note to actually show, you do have to select down where it says Note Type, either Note, Tip, or Warning. I'm going to go ahead and select Note. Depending on what you have selected, a different icon will show up for each of those items on both the Flash and mobile side. Now by clicking Next Step, it now takes me to my advanced page settings, but it also takes me down to my narration text. If I want there to be narration text for this or additional text on this page, all I have to do is simply type in the narration text. And that's pretty much it. In order to build a text page, you just go through step by step and fill out the content. We'll talk about previewing it later in a different tutorial. However, we're going to go ahead and add a different type of text page. We're going to add a text and image page. By selecting Add a Text and Image Page, it'll add a new page to our table of contents over on the left-hand side. And all we have to do is go ahead and give it a name and then hit Next Step. Now this should be familiar because it's the same thing that we did with the text page. We just go ahead and start typing in the page text here. So you can go ahead and also add bullet points, create hyperlinks as well. But because this is a text and image page, by hitting Next Step, it actually takes you to your image settings. By going to your image settings, you now click on this browse icon in order to find an image. When you select the browse icon, what will happen is it will actually pull up the media manager. Now, a media manager is a way to keep track of all of the media that's being used inside of your project. Now, this may be images that other people have uploaded, your graphic designer has uploaded and tagged as different subjects. You can do that right within the media manager. So if I want to select a tag and only use an image from a certain subject, I can come over to the tags, create my own tag, or tag images as certain things as well. So with an image selected, I'm going to go ahead and preview it here and then click on Insert Selected. Now with the images, one thing you have to keep in mind, especially with mobile, is different platforms have different screen resolutions. And so what we've done to help out with that is added an image width. Now the image width will actually adjust the width of the image depending on the screen resolution. So if they're viewing this from an iPad, for example, then they'll have more screen resolution, therefore the image will take up more space. However, if they're viewing it from an iPhone, they don't have as much resolution and it will still take up only 40% of the space. And so you just simply adjust how much you want to actually take up, as well as the position of the image that you want. You can also add note text and narration text just like you could with the other page. However, I'm just going to go ahead and leave it as that. So that's how you build a text page and a text and image page. We're going to talk about previewing this later, but we're going to go ahead and talk about the video pages and quiz pages before we get into that.